also comes a fundamental thing, which is, look, Hamas has to realize, and Hamas, not to get too much into, the
Here we go! Buck, here we go! 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 Here we go!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, welcome back to your favorite podcast. It's the Gridiron Sports Podcast, and you already know who it is. It's your guy, Majestic Sounds. Welcome in. Come on in. Take a seat. I don't know if you're driving. I don't know if you're looking on your phone. Hopefully you're not driving if you're looking on your phone. But anyway, how about them Dallas Cowboys, baby? Another victory for us. This is victory number 5, and it's actually the first game at home against a divisional team in the New York G-Men Giants, who's struggling. And we thought that Tommy DeVito was going to be the starting quarterback. They end up letting this guy, I didn't even never heard of him until the game. His name is Drew Lock. No disrespect to Drew Lock, but I just, never heard of him, man. They decided to go with him, and I can kind of see why. He's mobile, and we end up giving up a rushing touchdown by the same guy, the backup quarterback. He's probably second string quarterback now since Daniel Jones have decided to leave the team. He wanted out since they demoted him, and I don't know why they demoted him. Is like I said, either Drew Lock or Tommy DeVito. Neither one of them is better than Daniel Jones, in my humble opinion. But hey, that's their decision. That's what they wanted to do. But shout out to the Dallas Cowboys. Week 12, Thanksgiving. I know y'all ate good. I know y'all had a time kicking it with your family, your friends, your loved ones, and you got a chance to watch the Dallas Cowboys defeat the New York G-Men Giants. Shout out to really the whole entire team, but most definitely shout out to Demarion Overshawn. What a phenomenal game. Wow. I mean, dude did his thing defensively. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Dude is like a heat-seeking missile. When you let that guy loose, he runs rampant over the opposing team's offense. Big shout out to Demarion Overshawn for the tip drill and was able to tip the ball and get his own tip, pick the ball off and run it back in for a pick 6. Now that's athleticism at its finest from a linebacker. There ain't too many linebackers that can do that, tip the ball and catch it themselves and run it in for the score. And at the time it was very needed because it looked like we couldn't get a touchdown. I've been talking about that. We're still not good in the red zone. We're able to kick field goals. Shout out to Brandon Aubrey, who's able to, hit those 2 field goals in the first quarter. However, the defense as a whole did good. Shout out to Michael Parsons, too. He had a sack and a half as well. Just to be honest, Cowboy Nation, our defense did good. And I got breaking news for you. I got some breaking news for y'all, man. Somebody should already know what I'm about to say. The breaking news is the run game is back. Now, I don't know how long the run game is back for, but it was back for week 12 on Thanksgiving Day for Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle had a monster game. Shout out to Rico Dowdle. He got over 100 yards and he got a TD, his first rushing touchdown of the year. I believe he had like 2 or 3 receiving touchdowns. But that's his first rushing touchdown of the year, and it came on Thanksgiving. And I get it, you guys. The New York Giants, not world beaters and things of that nature. But at this point, I'm taking all victories. I don't care if we win by 1 point. I'm taking all victories. Although we won by 7 points, 27-20. I just didn't like the last touchdown the defense gave up, but I do understand. I mean, hey, who really has film on this guy? I didn't even know the guy could run like that. And I'm talking about Drew Lock. But anyway, Cooper Rush did his thing. He played a solid game. He didn't try to force anything. He let the game come to him. Shout out to Cavante Turpin. He made plays throughout the game. Shout out to Jalen Tolbert. I don't know why they was trying to throw the long ball to Jonathan Mingo when you got a Jalen Tolbert on your team. So shout out to Jalen Tolbert for catching the go route, the 9 route, if you will, or the go route. You can call it either one. Shout out to Jalen Tolbert for being able to turn his body around and adjust his body to the ball, because the ball was slightly underthrown and he was able to adjust to the ball and catch it. So shout out to him. This probably was the longest play of the game. So shout out to Jalen Tolbert. Shout out to Jalen Brooks. Shout out to the wide receiver core. Honestly, CeeDee Lamb didn't have the best game in the world. As long as we win, I'm fine. I'm sure he'll bounce back. He's going through an injury. And shout out to every Dallas Cowboy player that's fighting through injuries right now. We got Zach Martin with a couple of injuries. We got Marshawn Nealon. I can go on and on. Shout out to Deron Bland, who's playing, coming off an injury. And then, you got Trayvon Diggs, who's on an injury. And then we got Butler, who got hurt during the game. Nevertheless, Cowboy Nation, we won. With injuries and all, we won. Now I think we got the Cincinnati Bengals next and the Carolina Panthers in that order, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see, can we win as many games in a row as we can? Hopefully we can do that. And the Cincinnati is actually better than their record, so that they ain't nothing to sneeze at. I think they are coming to us. I think that's the next team. Don't quote me. Actually, let's see. Can I look that up? See who is. See who the next team we have to play. Ladies and gentlemen, look this up real quick. Let's go back. Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals, next team we have to play on Monday Night Football. Then after that, we got to go to the Carolina. So Cincinnati Bengals are coming to us. So it'll be another home game for us on Monday Night Football. So that's pretty much, let me see here. That's pretty much what we got coming up next. I want to go back to this game here and give you Rico Dowdle numbers real quick, because he had a pretty good game. Rico. Yeah, he had 22 carries, 112 yards. His longest run was a 22-yarder, and he scored a touchdown. So shout out to Rico Dowdle. Shout out to the offensive coordinator and the head coach. I'm going to give them their props. These last few games, they have been calling plays a little better. Now, the double jet sweep or the fake jet sweep, that was horrible. Now, that play was horrible. There are a couple of plays I didn't like that Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer drawed up. It was horrible, ladies and gentlemen. But ultimately, the play calling was okay. I'm satisfied with what I saw. For the most part, special teams look good. Defense looked phenomenal. And I know Cavante Turpin wanted to run one back, but they just would not kick him the ball at all. Them like, no, buddy. Them folk were like, you ain't finna do that to us. We already struggling offensively. And then not to mention, they defensive front line, 2 guys went down in their defensive front line. So after that, they continued to struggle. They were struggling before their defensive line went down, but they just struggled even more against the running game after that. But Rico was having a phenomenal game even before those 2 guys went down. And I get it. It's the lowly New York G-Men Giants. But a win is a win. Let's celebrate the win. Let's not allow anyone to minimize this win that we just had on Thanksgiving. So, Cowboy Nation, let's celebrate it. And then after we celebrate, we look forward to Monday Night Football and the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow and company. They miss Joe Mixon. I'm gonna go down on record saying that they do miss Joe Mixon. And look what he's doing down there with the Houston Texans. and we faced him. We already know what he's capable of. He ran all over us when we faced him, and I think that was week 10. So we don't have to worry about him. He's no longer with the Cincinnati Bengals, but we still do got to worry about Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Joe Burrow and company. So that's my time, Cowboy Nation. I truly thank you all for y'all time. And remember, share this content. Share it with a friend. Share it with a neighbor. Share it with a family member. Share it with a stranger. And even your enemy. And maybe y'all might become the best of friends after talking about the Dallas Cowboys. DC for life.